look into the eyes of the animals, and they cry out, "Make us larger than life, so that we might live. Capture us in line and color, so that we might be free. Lay our hearts at the foot of humankind, so that we might be remembered before it is too late." Everything I do is wrapped in my words and poetry. That inspires me every day. That need that our wildlife has. My task of interpreting this in a way that will bring attention to America's wildlife. So it couldn't just be just anything. No. I had to take a medium that is already notoriously difficult and take it to enormous size. So the American Wildlife Expeditions was animals in life size. Grizzly bears, 8 by 10 foot, a piece like this. This is the size of the original drawing. The challenge of doing work in life size, bighorn rams, portraits of elk, and big elk head, just huge creatures. The wolves in life size, a pair of wolves in life size. Frighteningly challenging. Sitting at my table, sitting in my rocker and looking at my table for hours till I knew that I could safely approach. You don't get to make mistakes in this medium. When you're working in pen and ink and in caustic wax pencil, you're working in something that is permanent. You're on paper. You don't get to scrape. You don't get to wipe it off. It is what it is. The ink is permanent. The encaustic wax pencil stains the paper. So you've got about as much wiggle room as you would in a tight pipe. That's a good way to describe it. You just hardly any wiggle room at all, which means you have to do this from start to finish as well as possible. So what I began doing as my work, as this project evolved and as this work became more and more and more important, I started working, I would bring a drawing to full pencil, and then I would come in behind that and bring it all the way to full ink in perfect detail. Then I would lift the graphite or the pencil out, and then I would lay it in the color in perfect detail. These drawings take months. The pair of grizzlies in combat took 12 months to draw, start to finish. This piece took 4. I did a stallion that took 8. This is not uncommon. Most artists, if they spent a week, it's a big deal. So think of this in terms of months. How could I do this? I could do this because of my dyslexia. Yes, I am dyslexic, acutely, and it was crippling to me in school. And I went through a lot. But it is why I can work in abstract and remember that I'm working in realism. That's the kind of discipline you have to survive if you're dyslexic, especially acutely. To spell, to write, to do the things you need to do, to find your locker, which you never do, to get to classrooms that you follow your friends to. That's what you learn to do. So I majored, I was very blessed going to theater arts high school. I majored in dance. I had gone to a theater arts junior high school. I majored in dance. Dance is wonderful if you're dyslexic. And then I changed my major to drama because I happened to be good at that, and I was going to a theater arts high school in Los Angeles, and there were close to 3,000 students in my high school. This was the 50s, and I actually got the lead in my high school play. I felt very blessed to do that, and I had a whole summer to completely memorize everything because that's how I had to do everything. So I came back that fall knowing the entire play. That was my life. That's how I did everything. So, like my dad said, once I learned how to write, after that I could do anything. He was right. That's how I could do this. That was the gift that brought me to this.